Legacy systems have been the backbone of operations for years. But as technology advances, the need to modernize is no longer a choice but a necessity. In this episode, we will explore the challenges and benefits of migrating from these outdated systems to ensure that your business stays competitive and resilient in today's fast paced digital landscape. Welcome to Table Talks, the talk show where we dive into the world of innovation, technology, and strategic business transformations. Today, I have a very special guest with me, Nirav Oza, the Chief Strategy and Customer Officer at ACE Infoway, AQe Digital. Very warm welcome, Nirav.
Thank you, Jigisha. It is always a pleasure to discuss and talk on such an important topic. Thank you.
So, Nirav, let's start with a very basic understanding that what actually is legacy migration and why it is very important for any enterprises right now.
Yeah, so when we talk legacy migration, people use this particular terminology in many different ways. But and at ACE in last 2 decades, we helped lots of clients in migrating from the legacy system to a modern age or newer age, whatever we call it, to a system. So legacy migration is something that the organization or a company is using since long, maybe a decade long system, having its own limitation because of the upgradation, non-upgradation of technology or security and like that. So a process where we evaluate the entire system and then provide a solution to upgrade it to a newer technology. So that's what we refer to as a legacy migration.
Right, definitely. So this is, I think, if it is a decade-old thing, then there might also be some challenges associated with it when the enterprises are trying to have this legacy migration. So what are these common challenges that we can talk about of any company that they are facing for legacy migration?
Yeah, so when we think about legacy migration and its challenges, the first thing came into our mind is the change of technology. But rather than change of technology, it is more of the change management within the organization.
Right.
So because the key stakeholders are using and dependent so much on their own technology, which they are using since decades, they are resistant to change at every level, not at the key stakeholder level, but at every level in the organization. So one of the key challenges that we found when we are migrating people from legacy migration to a new age system, change management is a key constraint in migration. Apart from the change management, technology is definitely something that needs to be adopted by the organization and their employees. So these are the two main constraints which are the key challenges that we can see.
True. So you are into this complete enterprise stuff for a very long time. So could you just share some real world examples that you can share with our audience where you guys have actually helped the clients in dealing with this legacy migration?
Yeah, so at ACE, in particular, I am very fortunate to help in last 2 decades many clients in migrating from their existing or legacy system to a new age system. So one of the very good example is an award-winning advertising agency. So you name it, all the top Hollywood houses are their clients, and they were using a very outdated and homegrown system developed in a very outdated system named Flex. So we helped them migrating from Flex to a newer technology platform developed in Node and React.js. And then we also not only migrated from one technology to another technology, but we were able to help them in consolidating all their business systems, be it Trello for their project management, or Insightly as their CRM platform, or Slack as their internal communication system. So we integrated all their business application, including QuickBooks as a key financial application, into a new system. So that is one of the example. And because of this migration, it saved almost like 60% in their productivity. So that is one of the example that I always shared with many of our clients.
Right, right, right.
The another example is consolidation of a system of a renowned compliance publisher based in Washington DC metro area. So there, because of lot of acquisition, at times their homegrown system was unable to cater the newer acquisitions developed in newer technology. So what we did is we consolidated all their technology stake, and then we implemented a new cloud-based application which was scalable, secure, and more data-driven. So that is the second example that I wanted to share.
Right, right. That's really great, and it's really great that ACE Info is helping out the people around to have this type of technology upgradation. So now we know that it is an era of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all sort of data services that we have. So how do you think that this artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all these advanced technologies is affecting this process of legacy migration?
Yeah, so very true. So in past, when we talk more on the legacy migration, it is always about developing something from scratch, and in that process, we try to reinvent the wheel. So now the major shift or change in legacy migration is how we can utilize the open source platform, the cloud platform, all the SaaS business applications that we have, and how we can leverage those to integrate into a newer homegrown platform rather than developing each and every part. So that is the major shift or change we see in legacy migration application. And with the help of robotic process automation, we try to automate the manual process as much as possible. So these are some of the trends that we see and continue to see in near future.
Right. So that's really very intriguing, and it is very fascinating to know how you guys are working in all sort of industries. I know that you guys are working into manufacturing, engineering, and healthcare, all the industries you work for. And just final question I would ask you, that is, could you just have some advice, or what are your final thoughts for our listeners, who could be any industry people, on the legacy migration, on all the advanced technological stuff that is happening?
Yeah, sure. So earlier this year, I participated in a conference in Washington DC, and when I was talking as a speaker, one of the thing came to our discussion was resistance to change. And so rather technology or system forcing you to change, create a planned strategy and have a technology partner with you alongside who can help you in creating a long-term sustainable strategy in migration. So be proactive and do not resistance to change. That's the only advice I generally give to all our customers.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much for being with us on this Table Talks. And thank you all the listeners. Stay tuned for all more insightful knowledge and content. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jigesh.